Carol Burnett spent decades making America laugh on The Carol Burnett Show. Fans always assumed her kindness was endless, that she carried no grudges. But in her 90s, she revealed a side no one saw coming. There were men she truly despised. Men who humiliated her in public, undermined her in private, and even tried to steal the ideas that defined her legacy. Who were these men? And what drove a woman known for grace to hold lifelong resentment? The answers will surprise you. Number 1. Marlon Brando, the legendary actor who crossed the line. Carol never forgave. Let's start with the most famous name on her blacklist, Marlon Brando. Yes, that Brando, the icon whose actions left Carol so offended that she refused to share a room with him ever again. When people hear this, their reaction is always the same. Brando? What could he possibly have done? The truth is darker than the rumors. It was the summer of 1972. Carol was asleep when her housekeeper woke her up. The phone had been ringing nonstop. She picked up, and the voice on the line was slow, amused, immediately recognizable. "Carol, this is Marlon Brando. I've been watching you." At first, Carol laughed, assuming it was a prank. Brando loved those. But then came the line that wiped the smile off her face. "You'd be even better if you loosened up like the actresses I've spent time with." Not flattery, not a joke, a reminder of power used as intimidation. Carol hung up, trying to stay calm, but she was shaking. The next morning brought the real shock. A reporter called her publicist, claiming Brando had complimented her femininity in a late-night call. Someone leaked it. Brando doubled down when asked by a journalist, smirking. She took it too seriously. Comedians are sensitive women. That was the moment Carol realized she wasn't dealing with admiration. She was dealing with a man who treated her like a punchline. She told a friend, "I felt small, and I've spent my whole life fighting not to feel small." From then on, she had a rule with her PR team. If Brando is attending, I'm not. And she kept it for 30 years. Number 2. Cary Grant, the Hollywood gentleman who humiliated her in public. Cary Grant is the name most people refuse to believe was on Carol's hate list. The charming, sophisticated icon, an embodiment of elegance. But Carol never forgot the night he crushed her confidence in front of the industry's most powerful. It was 1968 at a Beverly Hilton gala, the kind where everyone smiled while secretly judging. Carol had just become America's comedic sweetheart. Grant was receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award, sitting like royalty. Carol, radiant and relaxed, approached to congratulate him. A director at his table tried to ease the introduction, joking, "Cary, you've seen Carol's show, right? She's making the whole country laugh." Grant smirked, loud enough for nearby tables. "Laughing at what? Waving her arms around? Making faces? I don't get why people like that." Carol froze. She wasn't fragile. She'd handled hecklers before. But a screen legend mocking her craft? Why? She maintained her poise, but Grant leaned toward Elizabeth Taylor and delivered the line that cemented his place on her blacklist. "She's not a real actress, just a housewife who got lucky." Cruelty, wrapped in elegance. Carol didn't respond. She didn't need to. Hollywood buzzed about that night for months. She later confided to a friend, "I didn't hate him for disliking my comedy. I hated that he humiliated me." 2 years later, Paramount offered her a role alongside Grant in a musical comedy. She refused immediately. Her team insisted it was career gold. She said the same 7 words every time, "I won't work with a man who belittles women." Grant never apologized, and Carol never softened. Number 3, Lorne Michaels, the power broker who shut Carol out for 50 years. Why did Carol Burnett and Lorne Michaels become enemies without ever sharing a stage? The answer isn't pretty. It began in 1975, the year Saturday Night Live premiered. Carol, still dominating CBS, was the obvious choice to host, but it never happened. During a pitch for season 2, an editor suggested, "What about Carol Burnett? She'd make history." Lorne allegedly leaned back and said a line that spread through NBC like wildfire. "Not her. She's the face of old television. Over my dead body." He added, "Her kind of comedy makes us look outdated. SNL isn't a retirement home." The words reached Carol within days. She didn't argue, didn't demand a correction. She simply went silent. Later, she told them privately, "I've spent my whole life opening doors for women in comedy. He slammed one shut without even meeting me." Decades later, when NBC tried to include her in the 10th anniversary special, Lorne rejected it in a handwritten note. "Not relevant, not funny, not happening." Carol never saw it, but the story alone said enough. In 2023, she reflected, "They didn't need me, and I learned I didn't need them either." That was Carol's final punch. The bridge between them was never built. Number 4. Harvey Korman, the trusted partner who broke her heart on set. Harvey Korman ranks 4th on Carol Burnett's list of men she came to resent. And what shocked everyone was that he was the last person anyone expected to hurt her. Audiences adored their chemistry, and Hollywood assumed they were inseparable, Carol included. But in 1974, Harvey revealed a bitterness she never imagined. During a routine rehearsal, a minor lighting mistake triggered his anger. He shouted at the crew, "I'm tired of cleaning up her mistakes." Carol realized he wasn't talking about the lights. He was targeting her, his partner and friend. When she calmly asked why he spoke that way, he snapped, "Maybe I'm done being second on the Carol Burnett Show." The words cut deeper than any yelling. Carol retreated to her dressing room and cried. 3 days later, Harvey apologized. "I forgot why I started doing comedy." Carol forgave him, but later admitted, forgiving him didn't fix what broke. The show survived, but their friendship didn't. Number 5. Joe Hamilton, the husband who stole her work. Joe Hamilton ranks 5th on Carol's list of men she could never fully forgive. The betrayal came from within her own home. Known as her husband and producer, he quietly began claiming spin-off ideas from the Carol Burnett Show as his own, including Mama's Family, without listing Carol as co-creator. When she confronted him, he didn't deny it. He simply said, "You're the talent, I'm the brain. I know how to handle business." It wasn't just arrogance, it was a confession. Weeks later, Carol discovered he had been having a long-term affair while she carried the weight of the show and their family. Sitting at her dining table that night, she said aloud, "I don't recognize the man I married." The divorce followed, and Joe fought for ownership of her work in court, draining her emotionally and professionally. When he died in 1991, she sent flowers but did not attend the funeral, admitting privately that some wounds never fully heal. Carol Burnett made the world laugh, but these 5 men left scars she never showed on camera. If you loved learning about the iconic stars of old Hollywood, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories, trivia, and all things vintage glam. Join the conversation in the comments below. Who's your favorite old Hollywood celebrity and why? Make sure to ring the bell so you never miss a new video on the golden era of cinema.